好啦，呢篇文章咧就係叫做 How many Earths are out there？ 咁即係話究竟有呢個世界，即係呢個宇宙究竟有幾多個好似我哋嘅地球嘅一啲嘅一啲嘅 planet， 即係一啲嘅星球啦。咁呢度佢主要係講話有一個叫 Kepler Telescope， 就最主要係用嚟揾一啲嘅可以居住嘅一啲嘅星球。咁我哋睇一睇啦。Scientists are constantly making new discoveries about our solar system。咁即係話咧，科學家咧係經常都嘗試喺我哋嘅即係呢個太陽系裏邊咧發現一啲新嘅嘢啦。The latest, however, could change our sense of whether we are alone in the universe。咁而最新the latest 係指乜嘢咧？就係指翻呢啲 discoveries 啦，即係呢啲最新嘅發明啦、發現啦，就係可以 change our sense。係啦，就會改變我哋本身我哋嗰個 sense 係究竟我哋係咪 whether we are alone in the universe， 就係話我哋究竟係咪喺呢一個宇宙裏邊咧係一啲唯一嘅生存嘅一啲嘅生物啦。Recently, the Kepler telescope has discovered over 100 planets which are the same size as Earth as part of a project searching for life on other planets。咁佢有一個呢個叫 Kepler 嘅望遠鏡啦，就發現咗乜嘢咧？竟然有100個星球係 the same size as Earth， 係同呢一個嘅地球係一樣大細啦，差唔多大細啦。咁而呢一個點解會無端端要揾呢啲咁樣嘅星球咧？就係 is a project searching for life on other planets， 就係嘗試揾其他星球嘅，睇下有其他星球有一啲可以生存嘅一啲嘅生物。More extraordinary though is that 9 of them are in habitable zones。咁而非常之特別嘅一件事就係話呢100個星球裏邊咧有9個咧都係一啲適合居住嘅 zones， 即係一啲嘅 areas。These are zones where the conditions would support water。而呢啲咁樣嘅區域咧就係會可以因為有水啦，而 which in turn could support life。而 which 咧當然就係指翻水啦，就係話呢啲咁樣嘅區域裏邊咧，就係話係可以即係維持到有水嘅存在，而由於水咧就係亦都可以維持生命，所以咧佢哋估計係可能係會有其他嘅生物咁嘅意思。咁我哋睇翻第一條問題啦 ，What does which in line 6 refer to？ 咁頭先啱啱講完啦，就係 which 咧就係指翻乜嘢咧 ？Which in line 6 refers to？就係指水啦，咁記住咧，逢係問你 which that 嗰啲咧，基本上咧都會係啱啱指翻佢提及嗰個樣嘢嘅，就係 which 就指翻啱啱之前提及嘅水，因為水咧就係 in turn could support life， 水就可以維持生命。好啦，咁第二條問題啦，就係問你 Why were scientists using the Kepler telescope？ 即係點解咧？佢哋為什麼要用呢一個咁樣嘅望遠鏡咧？咁我哋睇翻呢一句啦，就係話呢度咧佢就話呢個 Kepler telescope 係用嚟做乜嘢㗎？就係用嚟咧係 discover over 100 planets which are the same size as Earth as part of a project searching for life on other planets。咁其實咧最主要咧就我諗 discover 呢個唔係最有用啦，而呢個 telescope 係為咗要做乜嘢咧？就係嘗試用嚟咧尋找下就係其他星球有冇生命啦。咁所以究竟呢個 Kepler telescope 有咩用咧？就係 they are used to search for life on other planets。咁你就會寫翻呢一個咧，就係話this was because they wanted 係啦，我哋而家講緊啲 scientists 啊嘛，所以 they 係指翻啲 scientists 啦 ，wanted to use it to search for life on other planets。咁就睇下其他星球咧有冇一啲嘅生物存在。好，到呢一度咧第二段啦。However, that's not all. NASA scientist Dr. Jane Lovett says some calculations suggest that there could be more than 10 billion habitable planets in our galaxy。 咁即係話咧，就呢個科學家啦，呢個 NASA 即係美國嘅嗰個太空總部嗰個科學家咧，就話咧，佢哋有啲計算就係話咧，有超過10個 billion habitable planets in our galaxy， 即係話喺我哋呢一個嘅星系裏邊咧，有成10個 billion 咁多可以居住嘅星球。That is many more than we previously thought. Previously 咧即係之前啊，即係比起我哋之前諗咧，仲many more， 即係仲多過我哋之前想像。However, a habitable planet does not necessarily have life on it。嗱呢一度咧就話啦，即係有可以居住環境嘅一啲嘅星球咧，就唔係必然咧就會有生命喺裏邊嘅。In fact, it is not likely that we will find life on any of 100 planets recently discovered. Sorry, alien friends。咁即係咩意思咧？就係話根據呢個科學家講咧，就係話喺呢100個嘅星球裏邊咧，可能我哋咧係乜嘢啊？係 not likely that we will find life， 即係話我哋唔係太可能會揾到生命。咁所以咧，佢就加咗句説話啦Sorry alien fans， 即係話咧嗰啲想揾外星人嘅一啲fans 咧，就真係唔好意思啦咁嘅意思。咁究竟佢點解要講呢句説話咧？就係之前嗰句咯，就係話咧，事實上咧係唔係太可能去乜嘢咧揾到生命。咁所以咧佢就講話唔好意思啦，即係你哋會好失望啦嘅意思。Why does Dr. Jane Lovett say sorry alien fans？ 點解要講話哎呀唔好意思啦？就係點解咧？因為佢哋會好失望啦。因為咧其實係冇一啲嘅可能係會完全揾唔到一啲嘅生物嘅。咁你會寫翻咧就係 this is， 因為你要用 does 啊嘛，所以用翻 is 啦。This is because alien fans may be disappointed。點解咧？就係因為 it is not likely that they will find life on any of 100 planets recently discovered。就係因為咧佢哋新發現嘅嗰啲星球咧，其實係揾到生命嘅機會咧，未必係好高嘅意思啦。就 as it is not likely that we will find life on any of 100 planets recently discovered， 就係話我100個星球裏邊揾到嘅星球咧，其實都揾到生命嘅機會咧，都唔係好大嘅意思。Not likely。好啦，到第4題啦，就係問你邊個字係 means feeling uncertain， 唔係太肯定嘅。咁我哋睇翻呢個第3段啦。Although Dr. Lovett is doubtful 咪就係嗰個字咯，即係佢存在懷疑啊，即係佢覺得唔係太肯定。咁你會寫翻咧 doubtful in the passage means feeling uncertain， 即係話咧係唔係太肯定就係 doubtful 啦。好啦，咁佢咧即係呢個科學家就話唔係太肯定啦。It is still possible that we could find life on other planets very soon indeed。Indeed 咧即係事實上咧就係話咧我哋可能係會喺其他星球度揾到一啲嘅生命㗎。It is something that humans have been thinking about for centuries， 即係話咧人類咧已經一直諗住要希望喺其他星球揾到一啲嘅生物咧，已經係諗咗 centuries， 即係已經咧好幾百年㗎啦。一個 century 啊 century 啦，就係等於100年。咁 for centuries 咧，即係好多，即係幾百年。咁跟住另外呢條題目問你啦，佢就仲要加埋 why 點解喎？咁點解我哋要諗，即係我哋會諗咗咁耐咧？就係話 after all discovering aliens would change the way we live our own lives， 就係原因咧，就係話如果我哋能夠揾到一啲外星人嘅話咧，就會係點樣咧？就會 would change the way we live our lives， 即係會改變我哋嘅生活模式啦。This is why discoveries such as this cause such a sensation among the general public，who read about alien life in books like H.G. Wells' The War of the Worlds。咁咧就會係 話咧就係話，因為如果我哋能夠揾到其他嘅外星人咧，咁我哋咧就會引起一啲轟動，即係會令到咁而呢一個咧唔係應該係 sensation 係感覺嘅，呢個係應該係解轟動啦。咁應該係你哋嗰份咧係應該係寫啱咗噶啦，就係話會引起轟動。點解咧？就係話係因為咧我哋有睇過一啲好似 H.G. Wells 一個好出名嘅作家講一啲外星人喺即係喺一啲其他星球裏邊有其他嘅生物啦，咁於是引發到戰爭呢一啲咁樣嘅書本。咁所以咧，我哋就會睇翻呢一題啦。佢話 How long have humans been thinking about aliens？ 咁樣咧就會寫翻係 humans。咁你調翻轉佢啦，寫翻係 have been thinking about aliens for centuries。咁就照寫翻 for centuries 就得㗎啦，唔使寫話for a few hundred years。咁跟住佢問你點解啦，咁你就會寫翻係 because discovering them would change the way we live our lives， 就會改變咗我哋點樣生活。咁好啦，我哋睇翻咧就佢問你邊個係 not true 啦。The War of the Worlds is a book by H.G. Wells。咁呢個其實係 true 㗎。點解咧？佢頭先啱先講完就係話，我睇過一啲 aliens books 關於叫 H.G. Wells 嘅書啦，而嘅嗰個本書名就叫 The War of the Worlds。咁睇埋最尾嗰段啦。We cannot imagine what life on other planets would be like, says Professor Roger Mash, another NASA scientist working on the Kepler project. It would be very similar to life on our own planet, or it could be completely different. For now, we just need to keep searching and keep finding more habitable planets. 咁即係講咩嘢咧？就係話咧，佢話我哋咧唔可以想像，佢話可能咧就會係 very similar to our life， 即係話咧我哋嘅可能同我哋嘅生活係好接近啦，又亦都可以係完全唔一樣嘅。咁但係現在咧暫且咧就要先係即係盡量揾多啲係可以居住嘅星球，咁就之後先至可以嘗試可唔可以揾到有其他嘅生物。咁呢 B 啦 ，Roger Mash is employed by NASA 呢一個咧都係啱嘅，因為咧佢有講過話佢係 NASA 嘅scientist， 即係應該咧就係呢個美國太空總署會請佢噶啦。We know what life on other planets would be like。咁呢一個咧就係not true， 因為點解咧？佢頭先講過話係唔清楚究竟佢哋嘅生活係點樣噶嘛。NASA will continue to look for life on other planets， 當然 true 啦。佢有講過話要 keep on finding。咁最尾嗰條問題啦 ，Are you interested in life on other planets？ 咁你會講話 yes 又得 ，no 又得啦。咁譬如我寫 no，咁你會寫翻 you are 就變咗 I am not interested in life on other planets。咁你要 complete sentences 啦，所以你要寫翻晒全部啦。Because they could be a danger to mankind。即係話咧，意思係話佢哋係冇乜興趣啦，因為點解咧？佢哋呢啲咁嘅生物咧，可能係對人類嘅一個危險嚟嘅，即係會係一個嘅威脅。好啦，第二篇 comprehension 咧就係一首詩啦。The truth is out there. I once saw an alien spaceship flying through the sky. No one believes me when I tell them, and I just don't know why. At first, I saw a flashing light moving through the air. The spunky color made me sure that aliens were there. My mom and dad do not agree. They think I've gone insane. And if I'm being honest, it may have been a plane. 咁呢個咧 ，the truth is out there， 即係話咧真相可能就係出邊，即係你可能係其實就係你應該係見到噶啦。I once saw an alien spaceship， 佢話佢有一次咧就見到一個外星人揸嘅一個嘅太空船啦，飛過喺天空度，冇人相信佢啦。No one believes me。 跟住咧佢都唔知點解冇人信佢喎。At first I saw a flashing light， 即係只係閃過喺度天空度飛。The spooky colour， 即係好怪異嘅顏色咧，令到佢好肯定咧就係一定有外星人喺裏邊啦，有 aliens were there。My mom and dad do not agree， 即係人哋唔信佢啦，父母都唔相信佢啦，覺得佢係精神失常啦。咁啊 ，and if I'm being honest， 即係如果佢話佢真係坦誠去講嘅話咧，佢話呢一個咧。呢個 AIDS 咧就可能其實係飛機嚟嘅啫，咁所以呢個 AIDS 咧其實咪就係指佢之前講過嗰隻嘅乜嘢啊 alien spaceship 咯，即係 alien spaceship 佢一直喺度講緊嘅佢話 I once saw an alien spaceship， 即係話咧一個外星人揸嘅一個太空船。咁呢一個嘅文體好簡單，一定係一個 poem 啦。Write the pair of rhyme in the second stanza。咁你 second stanza 你會見到呢一個咧 air 同埋 there， 呢個 air 同埋 there 咧就係一個 rhyming pair 啦。咁所以你就寫翻 air and there， 或者係 air rhymes with there。接住啦 ，What made the writer think that the flashing light was alien？ 點解佢覺得嗰個閃緊嘅燈咧就係一啲 alien 咧？因為佢有講過話呢度佢話乜嘢啊？佢話 the spooky colour。Made me sure， 佢話咧令佢好肯定啊，咁所以咧就係點解佢話係覺得嗰啲 flashing light 就 alien 咧，就係 the spooky colour 咯，就係因為嗰啲好詭異嘅顏色啦，所以令到佢覺得咧就係一個一啲嘅外星人。Does it in the third stanza refer to？ 咁呢個 it 啦，1、2、3呢個 it 啦。It may have been a plane。It 咧頭先我都講過啦，就係呢一個嘅 alien spaceship 啦。咁就係因為由於係 short answer 咧，你就會寫翻咧 the alien spaceship。In the third stanza, who thinks that the writer is mistaken？ 你點解你點知道咧？邊個？尤其是應該係問你邊個 ？Who thinks that the writer is mistaken？ 邊個人覺得咧嗰個作者咧係搞錯㗎？咁邊個人唔信佢啊？就係 my mom and dad。咁所以咧就係 the writer's mom and dad， 或者 the poet 都得嘅。好啦，接住啦。Do you think that the writer saw an alien spaceship? Why？ 咁呢一個咧就係應該係冇啦，因為佢有講過話 ，if I'm honest， 如果我坦誠，如果我真係誠實嘅話，其實係飛機係佢捏造出嚟啦。咁樣咧就會係啦，咁應該係寫翻 No，I don't think so，because it is more likely to be a plane， 即係話咧比較可能性就係一個飛機多過係一隻嘅外星人嘅太空船啦。到到 vocabulary 啦 ，we measured the height 呢個咧係應該係 breadth 啦，因為嗰個嘅闊度啊 and depth of our furniture。His new album has become a big success。嗱 ，success 先至係一個名詞啦。The selective 即係一個選擇嘅過程。The selective process is very secretive， 即係非常之神秘嘅一個選擇嘅過程。The measures were taken in the interest of public safety。safety 咧先係 safe 嘅名詞。The knight gave the princess protection from the evil dragon。protect 嘅名詞咧就係 protection。She demands honesty from everyone she works with。The young actor went to Hollywood seeking fame。呢一個咧名詞咧就係 fame 啦 ，seeking 咧即係 finding 咁嘅意思啊，呢個字解即係尋找。Everybody wants to find satisfaction， 即係尋找呢一個嘅滿足感。Find satisfaction in their lives。The competition was over and Jessica felt a sense of relief， 即係話咧係鬆一口氣嘅，呢個就係名詞啦。They explored the natural beauty of the island， 即係話呢個島嘅一個自然嘅一啲嘅好靚嘅嘢，咁啊，所以 beautiful 嘅名詞咧就係 beauty 啦。好啦，接住 preposition 啦。Jack puts on the hat and set off through the forest looking for an adventure. In his family, everyone except him had a story to tell. A lot of them even had more than one story to tell. And his brother had been on so many adventures that he had a blog where he wrote about them. A blog 咩叫 blog 咧？就係解一個網上嘅日記啦，係專係即係俾有啲網誌啦，俾人哋睇嘅啦。Jack was upset by this, and his family offered sympathy to him. Offered sympathy to him 係解呢個係解同情啊，即係佢對佢非常之同情。That's what made him decide that now was his time. His journey through the forest last for 3 hours. 咁所以咧第6咧就會係穿過個森林啦，維持咗3個鐘頭。When he was in the middle of the forest, a bear turned up behind him. 突然間出現喎 ，a bear turned up behind him. He was terrified of the bear， 即係好驚呢一隻嘅熊啦。And therefore he climbed the tree to avoid it. Finally, he had a story to share with his family. Relative pronouns 啦 ，the teacher who I like most is called Mrs. Farley。咁 teacher 係人啦，所以我哋用翻 who 啦。She teaches music, which is my favourite subject。即係話咧，係佢最中意嘅音樂咧，就係佢最中意嘅音樂咧，就係 subject 就係嘅音樂。咁而呢個 subject 就係一個死物，所以用 which。And her classroom is where I have the most fun。咁即係喺個班房嗰度啦。咁呢個亦都係一樣啦。有啲學生會用錯咗 which， 咁但係你要試翻問翻你問題就係 Where do I have the most fun？ 咁你係問自己咧，究竟係邊度有即係最開心嘅堂啊？係 Where do I have the most fun？ 就唔會 Which do I have？ 咁所以咧，如果你用錯，你就要問翻自己呢個問題啦。Mrs. Farley, whose first name 即係佢嘅 first name 啦 is Linda, trained at the Royal Academy of Music in London, which is a very famous school。即係呢間學校係一間好出名嘅學校。William, who is my best friend, and whose sister is a professional pianist。即係話佢妹妹啦，或者家姐啦，係一個專業嘅鋼琴家啦。Also loves Mrs. Farley. She always makes lessons fun, and the music which she plays to us is so interesting. London, where I would like to study in the future, is her favorite city。嗱，呢一個係一個地方啊，即係 London 係指一個地方。呢一個咧亦都係一樣。其實你問翻自己啦，應該係 Where would I like to study in the future？ 係一條問題嘅話咧，如果你 form 翻入一條問題嘅話咧，你就發覺唔會錯噶啦，因為咧係你喺邊度，即係將來想喺邊度讀書啊，咁就係 Where would I like to study in the future？ 咁所以咧，你會知道呢一個係 where 唔係 which。好啦，去到 reflective pronouns 啦。She lifted the box by herself， 因為咧你會見到係佢咁女仔，所以用乜 herself 啦。We ourselves are to blame for damage。咁我哋自己啦，即係我哋自己就會係你會見到係我哋咁，而記住 we 啦，即係 ourselves 咧係一定係眾數㗎。The boys hit themselves while they were playing。係啦，佢哋自己玩嗰陣時咧打親自己。She liked the rain itself, but not her boyfriend's proposal。即係話咧，佢好中意即係戒指，但係佢就唔係即係佢唔係中意佢個男朋友 propose， 即係向佢求婚，但係佢就好中意嗰隻戒指。I enjoyed the performance itself。係啦，呢一個咧係指嗰個嘅表演啊個本身。Although it started late。He can be very boring sometimes as he is always talking about himself。即係話咧，佢好悶啦，因為佢成日就係講自己嘅嘢嘅啫。I was angry with myself for not being late again. He hurt himself while playing football。即係話佢自己整親自己啦。好啦，到 passive voice 啦。Julia rescued 3 puppies last night。咁你會寫翻咧就係 3 puppies 擺頭啦。咁 rescued 係過去式啊嘛，咁所以你就會用 were rescued by Julia last night。咁記住咧，呢一個嘅時間咧會 keep 翻喺最尾嗰度嘅。Stephen has taken the book， 咁你會寫翻咧 the book。咁 has taken 咧就將佢變做 has been taken by Stephen， 就係會咧係被 Stephen 咧所即係拎走咗。The mechanic repairs cars every day。mechanic 咧就係嗰啲整車師傅啊，咁所以 cars are repaired by the mechanic every day。咁我頭先講過啦，逢係啲 every day 一啲時間嘅字咧，通常都會擺喺最尾嘅。Paul will finish the book by tomorrow。咁由於個名詞就係 the book 啦，咁你就會寫翻 the book。The book will finish 本身係 will finish 咧，就會係 will be finished。by Paul by tomorrow。嗱，你唔好寫漏呢個 by 啦，佢意思係話咧係聽日之前咧就會完成啦。咁你唔應該抄漏啲字，如果唔係就會扣分。The students hand in the reports。咁呢個咧 the reports 就被佢哋交出嚟啦，應該係 the reports。好啦 handed 係 past tense 啦，咁所以咧呢一個咧就會係用 were hand in。嗱個 in 亦都唔好漏喎 ，by the students 就會係被啲學生所交出嚟啦。好啦，到 active voice 啦 ，active voice 呢一度咧就會係將嗰個主動嗰個名詞擺翻前邊啦。咁樣係 Maria。嗱 was crashed 咧，其實就係過去式，所以咧就咁 crashed the car last week。咁你就寫翻 last week 咧，就擺喺最尾，亦都係 OK 噶啦。The clothes are washed by the maid every day。are washed 係現在式啦，咁所以咧你會寫翻 the maid are washed 咧就變咗係 washes。咁洗啲乜嘢咧？就 the clothes every day。The house was cleaned by my mom。My mom 好啦 ，was cleaned 係 past tense 啦，所以咧呢一個咧係就咁用翻過去式 cleaned the house。My mom cleaned the house 係啦，咁佢咧就清潔間屋啦。The new restaurant will be designed by Mr. Smith。咁呢一個咧 Mr. Smith 啦 ，will be designed 咧就會 will design， 因為咧佢會設計啦 the new restaurant。Mr. Smith 咧就會設計呢個新嘅餐廳啦。When I was a small child, I was taught mathematics by Mrs. Pierce。呢一個咧，你會見到係因為 when I was a small child 呢一個咧係一個過去式嚟噶嘛，即係當我係細路嗰陣時，咁所以就用過去式啦嘅 passive voice。咁而 passive voice 過去式咧就先加 was 或者先加 were。I was taught mathematics by Mrs. Pierce。繼續都係講翻佢細路仔嗰陣時啦，就係 we were punished by her a lot. It turned out that she in a very strict school some years before。好啦，見到個 before 啦，咁所以呢一個咧就係話佢教書之前咧係受到係讀一間好嚴，即係好嚴厲一間學校嘅，間學校係好惡嘅啲老師，咁所以咧就係it turned out that she had been educated in a very strict school some years before, which is why she was so harsh. Nowadays, such harsh punishments 嗱，因為 nowadays 即係今時今日啦，咁 punishments 又係眾數啦，就會係are not used， 即係唔用啦 ，are not used by teachers. Constructive criticism 呢個 criticism 係一個嘅批評咁嘅意思啊，咁係數唔到嘅名詞 is preferred。is preferred by most， 即係咧通常咧都係人哋係會即係 prefer 係你會只會批評嘅啫，就唔會話係過分嚴厲嘅，就只會批評俾啲有建設嘅一啲嘅有建設性嘅一啲嘅批評，就唔會只係得個鬧字咯，咁嘅意思。咁由呢一度開始咧都係 nowadays 啦，咁所以呢兩個咧都會用過去式。 咁而你會見到呢一個咧就係when I was small 啦，所以呢度咧3個咧，呢2個咧都係過去式嘅。咁而記住過去式嘅 passive voice 咧就係用 was were 開頭。咁而現在式嘅passive voice 咧就會用 is 同 are 開頭。Often people are criticizing things without doing anything to change them. To prove myself that I am not one of those people, I have decided to join the next breast cancer awareness marathon. 好啦，嗱呢一度咧就話好多人啦，佢哋咧都會經常性咁批評一啲嘢嘅。其實最正確咧就係 are criticizing。但係咧，如果你寫 criticize 咧都 OK 嘅。係啦，點解咧？其實點解要用criticizing 咧？就係其實有present continuous 啦，係有一個即係有一個用途咧，就係話有啲人咧係經常投訴一樣嘢咧，你就會用現在進行式㗎。例如咧係 My mom is always complaining my handwriting， 即係成日都投訴我啲字寫得太核突㗎。咁如果阿媽由朝到晚成日都喺度講你啲字唔靚咧，係應該要用一個現在進行式嘅。咁雖然咧就唔係太多個學生學咗啦，但係咧其實係啱嘅。咁如果你寫 criticize 都 OK。To prove myself that I am not， 咁呢一個就用翻 am not 就好簡單啦。One of those people I have decided， 即係話咧佢決定咗。I have decided to join the next breast cancer awareness marathon， 就參加咗一個嘅馬拉松啦。嗱，呢一個咧就為咗要證明自己啦，咁所以決定咗去做就已經有一段時間，所以要用 present perfect tense。Yesterday I asked my boss to give me a day off so I can train. I have not participated in a marathon since 2010 when I ran in a London marathon。好啦，呢一個咧就係自從2010年咧都冇參加過一個馬拉松啦 ，haven't participated。咁因為見到 since 啦，好啦，咁而佢喺呢個倫敦馬拉松呢件事咧就係過去式啦。I ran in the London marathon. Unfortunately, I broke my leg during that marathon, and I have not had much exercise since then。好啦，呢一個咧就係因為亦都係 since 啦，所以係 have not had much exercise since then。At the moment, I am worrying about something else， 因為有 at the moment 啦，即係等於 now 啦，咁所以呢個咧就會係 I am worrying， 即係好擔心一啲嘢。Since the race is in mid-October, I think we will run into some bad weather, and I am afraid it 第10咧就係 won't be an easy run。咁由於咧係呢件事係發生喺 mid-October 啦，咁所以 I think we will run 呢一個同埋咧 won't be 咧都會用將來式。咁if the tarmac is wet, it is dangerous to run on it as it becomes slippery. Either way, I hope that the weather will be fine and that this time I won't break anything. If I start training now, I will have more fun. 因為佢話 if 啊嘛 ，start 啊嘛，咁所以呢個咧就會 will have 啦。More fun during the race because I won't be so tired。咁呢個係一個 conditional 嘅句子，就係話如果我現在開始訓練咧，我就將會係有多啲嘅即係玩好玩啲。It is very difficult to learn to speak English fluently。點解咧？就係話係好難好流利咁樣去講英文啦，因為有 speak 啦 verb 啦，所以我哋要加翻個 ly 變咗 adverb 啦 fluently。And make translations 咩 translations 咧？佢話要 which have no mistakes， 咁所以咧就會用翻呢一個嘅 accurate， 即係話咧係好準確嘅翻譯啦。My friend Kim can learn new words very 乜嘢 ，but it takes me a long time because I start to panic instead of staying 乜嘢咧 ，stay calm 咯。咁但係呢一度咧，你會見到咧係話 learn new words very 乜嘢，但係佢就要 takes a long time。咁所以咧就會係 learn new words very quickly， 即係好快脆啦。I start to panic instead of staying calm， 即係佢會因為同呢個 panic 係相反啦。 Kim is also 乜嘢 than I am, as I tend to get frustrated easily。咁 Kim 咧亦都係比佢係乜嘢咧？係你會見到佢話好容易就 frustrated，即係好容易就好唔耐煩，好冇耐性啊。咁所以呢個有個 than 咯，咁你就會係 more patient than。More patient than I am, as I tend to get frustrated easily. She also works 乜嘢 than me, which means she has more time to relax。嗱，咁佢有多啲時間休息啦，而咁佢相反就係即係佢係比較乜嘢啊？佢係she also works 乜嘢啊？比佢咧係更加有效率啦 ，more efficient than me。I prefer to think 乜嘢 in art and music。嗱喺藝術同音樂方面啦，佢就會比較即係中意藝術同音樂啦。than learning facts，即係佢唔中意學一啲即係啲事實嘅嘢。咁既然藝術同埋音樂咧都會係一啲屬於藝術嘅嘢啦，咁所以就會係一啲 creative 嘅嘢啦。咁而 think 咧係動詞，咁所以呢一個咧就要係 think creatively。But I try to do my work 乜嘢 because a negative attitude causes lots of problems。好啦，咁佢要 do my work 乜嘢咧？就因為佢話比較負面啦，就唔得啦，咁就要 try to do my work 咧係cheerful。do my work cheerfully 就係要咧好即係好開心咁做，就唔中意係好負面咁樣啦。I often revise in the library, but I can't practice my speaking there because you are not allowed to talk loudly。嗱，因為咧圖書館咧有講過話喺圖書館，所以係唔俾人講嘢講得好大聲啦，就會係 loudly。Kim doesn't seem to know this rule as she is much less cautious than me about talking in the library. I will be 乜嘢 than before when it comes to the final exam, as I will try to do lots of revision beforehand。好啦，嗱，比起之前我係會乜嘢啊？更加有呢個自信啦，咁所以咧就會係 I will be more confident。更加有自信啦，就比以前更有自信，因為咧就係佢話即係佢會將會溫好多書啦。好啦 ，be going to 同 might 啦，記住啦 ，be going to 咧就係代表咗一個有一個 planned 嘅 action， 咁而 might 咧就只係有一個 possibility， 即係有一個可能性啦。I have warmed up, now I 乜嘢咧 ？I am going to have run 就準備咧要準備去跑步啦。咁既然佢話佢 warmed up 咧，咁所以呢個 warmed up 咧，咁所以咧你可以知道咧，其實佢係已經係可以準備咗去跑步啦。It is possible that she 乜嘢 play football even though she is injured。好啦，咁即係佢可能都會係依然係繼續踢啦，因為咧佢話佢就算佢受傷啊嘛，咁佢即係一個可能性啫。咁所以呢一個咧就會係用 might。第三題啦 ，John 乜嘢 be sent to hospital because he is very ill。嗱，佢既然係好病啦，咁即係當然係準備被人送去醫院啦。is going to be sent to hospital， 因為咧佢將會俾人哋送去醫院啦，因為佢而家好病。Jessica doesn't like movies, so she 乜嘢 see the new James Bond film。嗱，佢根本就唔中意睇戲啦，咁所以佢唔打算去睇呢套戲，就可以係幾肯定噶啦。咁she's not going to see the new James Bond film， 即係唔打算睇啦，因為最主要佢就唔中意睇呢套戲。I may go to study in London, but I haven't decided yet。嗱，佢既然係未決定啦，咁我都未決定啦，即係只係有可能性啊，所以咧就會係 I might go to study in London 係啦 ，because 但因為佢話佢仲未決定，咁即係只係有一個可能性會去，咁唔係一定。Susan 乜嘢 wake up at 9 o'clock tomorrow。嗱，咁聽朝佢就會9點鐘起身啦，咁佢係唔會話我可能9點鐘起身噶嘛，咁所以佢係打算9點鐘起身，可能要去做一啲嘢啦。所以 Susan is going to wake up at 9 o'clock tomorrow. It is possible that we 乜嘢 buy a new car。咁其實都俾咗 tips 你啦，之前都好似 it is possible 都係用 might 啦。佢話 even though we had planned to。佢話係可能我哋咧就唔買一個新車啦，就算我哋雖然係計劃咗，但係我哋都唔可能唔買 might not， 但係呢個要加 not 啦，即係話我哋可能唔買啦，即係就算我哋之前係 plan 咗，因為你見唔見到 had planned， 即係話我哋咧喺呢個決定嘅之前咧，的確係計劃咗嘅，但係咧可能我哋都唔再買。We want to go on holiday We 嗱已經係 want to go，咁即係話佢打算佢係想去啦，所以係 we are going to the travel agency， 即係話咧佢準備去呢個旅行社，因為已經係打算佢想要一個假期。好啦，接住到 gerunds 同埋 infinitives 啦。呢一度啦，佢話 I want to， 當然乜嘢 to the UK 啦 ，I want to travel， 因為佢話係所以佢要揾份工同埋要去儲錢啊嘛，去儲蓄，咁所以 I want to travel。因為佢有個 to 啊，咁所以其實其他嘅字咧都唔會 work to 啊，或者 visit to 啊，或者係其他啦。咁所以 I have decided to get a job， 即係去揾份工啦。And start saving my money. I used to 乜嘢 for a local shop, but it closed down. I used to 乜嘢咧？係我以前啦，咁 to 後邊呢個要不變動詞啦，所以 I used to work。for a local shop, but it closed down. So now I must 乜嘢 something new。第四啦 ，I must 後邊咧都係要不變動詞㗎 ，must find something new。I believe that it is important 乜嘢 different places because it gives you new perspectives。咩叫 perspectives 咧？即係唔同嘅觀點睇唔同嘅角度，即係唔同觀點去睇一樣嘢。咁所以話 it is important 後邊咧當然係有 to 啦。你逢係呢一個嘅 adjective 之後 ，it is important to visit different places because it gives you new perspectives, and we should always try to see things from other people's point of view， 係啦 ，try to see。I would also like 乜嘢 a flight to Brazil and see the rainforest there. I would like to 乜嘢嗱？英文咧搭飛機咧係 like to catch a flight， 即係要去搭飛機啦。I asked my mom to help me do this， 即係揾佢阿媽去幫佢啦。But she says it's too expensive。You need to 記住 need 後邊咧係不變動詞。You need to you need not think about traveling around the world at your age. She says you should 乜嘢 your schoolwork instead。咁你應該咧 should 後邊要不變動詞啦。You should do your home schoolwork instead， 就係要努力去即係做你嘅學校嘅嘢啦。應該就唔應該做其他嘢。好啦 ，open close 啦。The Eiffel Tower is a very famous landmark in Paris。咁呢個咧係一個咩位咧？係一個 article 位嘅，因為 landmark 咧即係地標啦，就會係一個數到嘅名詞。咁一定係有一個人喺前邊啦。如果唔係咧，佢本身有個 s 啦。咁佢既然有冇 s 嘅話，前面即係一個，就所以要加個 a 字啦。It was built in 1889 and is 324 meters high 或者 tall 都得。There 乜嘢 always a lot of tourists around the Eiffel Tower。嗱 ，there 乜嘢咧？因為嗱，你見到 there 後邊呢個後邊 tourist 係眾數啊嘛，咁所以 there are always a lot of tourists around the Eiffel Tower。They pay a lot of money to go to the 乜嘢 of the tower and enjoy the amazing views。嗱，要睇一個好靚嘅風景啦，咁當然係要上到最頂啦 ，go to the top of the tower。In the 乜嘢 people thought that the tower was ugly。咁嗱，呢個見到個過去式啦，咁所以梗係 in the past 啦，即係過往咧，啲人覺得個 tower 係好核突。But nowadays it is recognized as one of the most famous structures in the world。係啦 ，one of the most 即係其中一個最出名嘅建築物。I 乜嘢 visit Paris one day and go to the top of the Eiffel Tower。I 乜嘢啊 ？I will 或者 I shall visit， 即係有一日咧，我要過去啦，就要過去呢一個巴黎呢一度咧，去睇呢一個嘅呢個鐵塔啦。Eating French fries too often is bad for your health。即係話咧，你會見到 too 咧就最多只可以用 often， 其實根本就冇其他字嘅，唔會 too sometimes， 又唔會 too usually。又唔會 too seldom， 咁只要係 too often， 即係話咧食得太多薯條咧就對健康唔係幾好啦。You should aim to eat more fruit and vegetables instead。I have 乜嘢 travelled outside Hong Kong before, so I'm very excited about my upcoming holiday in Japan。咁 I have 乜嘢咧？就嗱，佢話咧 之前就唔知啦，但係佢嚟緊呢一個嘅假期咧就係好緊張，咁即係話佢之前係未離開過香港啦。咁 I have 應該係 never travelled outside Hong Kong，其實 never 啦，或者係 hardly ever 都得，即係話咧好少去出去香港旅行，離開過香港去旅行，同埋或者係從來都未去過都得。咁所以嚟緊個假期咧就好緊張啦。Richard May arrives at school on time, and so he is usually in trouble with his teachers。嗱，咁佢就話咧就即係佢咧應該係好少呢個，因為 on time 係準時啊嘛。咁即係換言之係話咧佢係好少準時，所以佢係通常咧都會係即係會同啲老師有啲拗撬，老師會鬧佢話佢做乜要遲到。咁所以第三題咧就會係seldom arrives at school 啦，係好少會準時到達啦。又或者係亦都唔會，但係唔會 never 嘅，因為佢話 usually in trouble，咁唔會話永遠都唔會噶嘛返學，咁所以應該係 seldom 係比較適合啦。又或者係唔會 often arrives at school on time， 即係唔會經常都準時，咁老師就唔會鬧佢啦，係咪？咁仲有咧就係仲有係hardly ever 都可以嘅，即係好少會返學係準時嘅，咁所以佢通常都會即係會同啲老師會有啲爭拗，因為老師就會話佢啦。乜嘢 it rains usually， 即係乜嘢 it rains in the summer months but not very often， 就係唔係太過即係經常啦。咁 not very often 即係 that means 咧係乜嘢咧？就係只係有sometimes 啦 ，sometimes 即係有時候啦，有時候咧就會落雨嘅，但係咧就唔係太即係唔係一件好經常嘅事。咁如果你話係 usually 咧，有啲學生話 usually it rains 咧，就會即係會通常落雨，但係又唔會即係就變咗唔會話係 not very often，因為有呢個字 not very often，即係唔係好時啦，即係冇經常啦，咁所以咧就應該係 sometimes 啦。Sometimes Clary goes food shopping after work, but she 乜嘢 does it at the weekend。嗱呢個見到個 but 啦，佢話有時咧佢就會去即係就去即係做翻完工之後就會買嘢食啦，就會，但係咧佢咧就會係通常都會係 weekend 先做嘅 ，usually does it at the weekend， 又或者係 often 都得 ，often does it at the weekend， 因為咧呢個你會見到咧就會係 sometimes 咁會對翻 usually 或者係 often， 就通常 weekend 咧都會一定會去。